Hey Adirondack family, it's Colin bringing you your Coach's Corner. This week we're going to talk about conditioning. We're moving into summer, and this is for any time of the year. A lot of our athletes are trying to get prepped for their fall sports, and we've got a lot of kids training on their own. So I figured we'd go over the 3 big mistakes that our athletes make during the summer and any time getting prepped for a preseason, especially with their conditioning. So the first one, pretty obviously, is not doing anything. So they wait all summer and wait till the season starts, and then try to get ready to play their sport in preseason when the coaches have expectations of you to come in some basic shape. Now, are the expectations of a lot of coaches off in terms of what you should be ready to do in season or at the preseason? Yes, I think our expectations are a little higher than what we're able to get out of our athletes, but that doesn't mean you should do no training or no movement during the summer or during any off-season period. So that's the first big mistake. The second big mistake is waiting too late. I can't tell you how many emails I get right before the preseason, especially the fall preseason, maybe a week and a half before tryouts, saying I need to get my athlete in. She needs to get ready for the season. Well, it's way too late, right? If you're coming to us a week and a half before your season starts, there's really not a whole lot to do, because when we're looking at conditioning, we're trying to change your physiology, and that doesn't happen overnight. You can't just go outside, run some sprints, and get your heart rate up and sweat, and then the next day you are better. No, that takes 7 to 10 days of getting some, and maybe even longer. It could be up to, a lot of times if we can get 3 to 4 weeks of solid conditioning. I'm not talking about strength and power. I'm talking more of like the lung stuff, the cardio-based training that you're going to need to help support your training on the field. That takes 3-4 weeks. So if you wait too long, there's not a whole lot we can do. You should really be doing strength training a lot further out, because that's going to make you more efficient, so you don't need to have as high conditioning, but that's a topic for another day. The last mistake that we see our athletes make is they just start out too hard. They go out, they're all ready, they're super motivated, and they go and maybe they run 10 100s or 10 150-yard shuttles, and they barely make it through the workout. They're so beat up and broken and conditioned, and they just went over the top with the conditioning, that they actually never really do any more for the rest of the year, because rest of the summer, because they just don't feel good. They did not enjoy the way that felt. They were sore for 3-4 days. They felt like they were going to get sick. That's not the way you want to do conditioning. You cannot microwave that process. Like I mentioned before, we want to have a slow progression into it. So when we start off with 3-4 150-yard shuttles. So they should do that in about 30-35 seconds. We're sprinting maybe 25 yards back. You're going to do that 3 times for a total 100. Then the next week you add 1 or 2. The following week you add 1 or 2. Then the week after that we maybe make the length of the course you're running. Maybe it's a 200-yard shuttle. Then we go to 250-yard shuttle. So we want to progress into things. A lot of times we get caught up in like needing to do it all right now. That's not how our professional athletes do it in college athletes. We need to apply a stimulus, recover from that stimulus, and then go back out and train some more. So when you're looking at your conditioning, start now. Start really light. Maybe it's going just for a half a mile run, doing a couple 150s on another day, and that's it. And then slowly ramp that up. Quarter mile, 4 150s. Half a mile to 3/4 of a mile, then to a mile, 1.1 mile. So, and then we're slowly climbing up there, so that when you're going into the season, one, you don't have any nagging injuries from overtraining and ramping up your intensity too hard. And then you've got all this base of like 6 to 8, 12 weeks taking you into that season, so you can dominate the preseason. So if you need help, get started now. Do not wait on your conditioning. Do a little bit now, slowly ramp it up. If you need help, we're here. We'd love to help you out. Come reach out to me and I'll get you set up.